far could Superman throw a car? How long would it take the Flash to run from, I don't know, from Ohio to Michigan or something like that? You could actually look these things up on the table and determine, with very simple mathematics, addition and subtraction, exact measurements, such as, you know, Superman, how far can he throw a car, a 3-ton car, etc. In this game, they've done something very similar. You have a new measurements table in the game, and it's basically a complete, almost a copy, actually, of how DC Heroes handled it. Character stats are not handled in APs in this game, but you can easily use this measurements table, looking up things like mass, time, distance, volume, and things like that. And then there's a column for the rank, however many ranks you have and whatever ability you're looking up. You can just do a simple addition and subtraction, and you can determine very specific things about your character. How far could you throw a 3-ton car? How much weight could you totally lift? How fast is your character? So how long would it take you to fly from North America to, I don't know, Brazil? Something like that. You could actually look these things up and do very simple math and come up with these calculations on the fly. That's a very cool thing, because the table that was used in 2nd edition M&M worked very differently, the time and valuation table, and was very clunky, in my opinion. It was much harder to find out how strong your character was, or how far you could throw something, things like that, how fast you are. This table works much better. It works almost identical to the way the table worked in DC Heroes, and it's a big advantage that DC Adventures has / M&M 3rd edition. Overall, basically, they've cleaned up the mechanics a lot. They've simplified things, streamlined the system quite a bit. It's not as bloated as 2nd edition was, especially after all the splat books that come out with all the different options for 2nd edition. Another area that they cleaned up very nicely in this game is that they went in and cleaned up the conditions that you can suffer in the game. So things like compel, dazed, stunned, staggered, all those conditions have been cleaned up, and they're much easier to apply and use now. And there's all kinds of player aids out on the internet that people have put out that has summaries of player conditions and things like that, so you can have them all at your fingertips to use. In fact, while I'm reviewing this product, I'd like to throw a plug for a program called Hero Lab. And those of you that have played Mutants and Masterminds before are probably familiar with Hero Lab. It's probably the best product I've ever seen for aiding in running a role-playing game. They have a Hero Lab rule set for Mutants and Masterminds 3rd edition, and it's absolutely brilliant. I'm not even sure I'd want to play the game without it. You can create characters in Hero Lab, and Hero Lab basically takes care of all the rules for you for the most part. It does all the calculations of hero creation, and it will keep you honest within the rules for the most part. In addition, you can use it during play and keep track of characters, and it'll keep track of their conditions and what their penalties and things like that are. It'll track all that stuff during the game. You can print out really nice character sheets of your characters. This is my character I'm playing right now in our local campaign, and as you can see, it'll print